Oh, hey. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, something I think new for the channel, a little bit of a gift buying guide, if you will. What I'm going to show you today are a few of my always carry when I'm going moto camping and moto adventuring. These will always be on the bike, and they may be some great gift ideas for the adventure rider in your life or even for yourself. One of the main things I will always carry when I'm off moto camping, moto adventuring is paracord. I'm a firm believer on one cannot have too much paracord. This always comes in handy, always, always, always. And recently, I've come across these ratcheting carabiners. You know, I know my fancy little bushcraft knots and everything. This really does make it quicker. Very handy for these things. These things you can find on Amazon, pretty dirt cheap. And what I did is they typically come with, I don't know, about maybe 10 feet of like a cord of cordage. And what I did, I just replaced that and I put in, this one is 100 feet. And I make myself a bunch of various sizes. So 25 feet, 50 feet, 10 feet, 100 feet. And boy, game changer right there. Makes it super, super, super easy to get up your lines, your guy lines, and get your tarps all up. And that's another thing. I don't have it in the office right now, but is a secondary fly. I will always, always, always carry a secondary fly. The fly that I use is from Go Outfitters, gooutfitters.com. This one here, I've just been so incredibly impressed with. It's not very expensive. It is very waterproof and it dries really, really, really quick. So a secondary fly is very important to me. You never know if you're going to get caught in the rain. I'll carry it in the summertime too because it provides some shade if it's way too hot. It's just a really good piece of kit to have. Another one is a shovel. Just a compact combat shovel here, your typical run-of-the-mill military style shovel. And this is for doing your business in the woods. So you dig a little hole, do your business, and bury the hole. But it's always good to have a shovel. It's also nice to have the shovel to help put out fires if you have to. If you don't have enough water, you can always dig up the ground around it and put out the fire that way. So really handy kit. You can find these things all over the place. If your adventure rider doesn't have any of these items, I'll try and link what I can down below, but you know, if they don't have any of these items, these are things that I purchased myself, but would have made great, thoughtful gifts had I received them. Next, moving along. Now, everybody knows of the Silky Saw, very expensive, very effective bush saw. This one is the Fiskars, and it's relatively inexpensive. I picked this up at Canadian Tire, which is a hardware store here in Canada. It would be nice if it had a longer draw. Cutting down a log that's in the trail that's you know, got some girth to it, you're going to get tired, but it will get through. I've done it before. So this is another one of those things that I purchased myself, and had it been bought for me, it would have been really appreciated. So if you're an ADV rider in your life or yourself don't have one of these, pass this on. Next is, to go with the paracord, cordage. Rock straps. I am a huge, huge, huge fan of rock straps. Next is a good axe, a good hatchet, if you will. An axe is much longer. A hatchet, one like this is a Gerber, and it is the perfect size to fit into your panniers, to fit in your bags. It can even go in your tank bag. It's a little bit different because there's not a lot of swing here in the handle. However, it works really, really well. You can see mine's really used. It's a little bit wet right now because I was out chopping wood actually. But it has a nice, super flat head. and that's great for driving in the stakes, just like a hammer. For your tent, if you find yourself in harder dirt, it stays sharp forever. The head itself has some really good weight to it, so it's a great hammer and it's a great cutter. Super handy. You don't necessarily have to get your adventure rider this one. I'm a fan of this one. I really like this one. Again, I believe I either picked this up at Cabela's or Canadian Tire. In the handle here is, oh, it's stuck. I got it wet. There we go. Is a nice sharp pocket knife. And I rarely use this thing. It is handy to have to cut cordage or whatever. I typically have a bush knife on me. More on that later. But yeah, just slips right into the handle, and it has a little safety clip there, and away you go. So, a hatchet. If your adventure rider doesn't have a hatchet, consider getting them a hatchet. Moving along, well, let's talk about my bush knife. Now, I'm a little bit mad with myself because this isn't it. I've misplaced my bush knife. My favorite bush knife I got from Bigfoot Bushcraft, and I'll put a picture of it here. I really like this one. It was just the right size that it's legal to carry. So it's not past the 6 inches. I think it's 5 3/4 inches long is what it measures out to. But legal to carry and super strong. Holds an edge forever almost. Stays sharp forever, and works really, really good with batoning. So if there's anything that I can't get through with the hatchet here, I can use the knife or whatever. It's nice to have another way to process wood. I'm mad that I've misplaced that. I'll find it somewhere, I'm sure. Moving right along, speaking of Bigfoot Bushcraft, is Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs. So we got a bag of fire plugs here. You can see just how rusty my tin is here. I use this all the time. All the time. I am such a fan of this. And there's the plugs inside. There's the plugs right there. Such a fan of these things. I use the plugs all the time to start my fires. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They work in the rain. They work in the snow. They just work. They just work. And then the fire steel, ferro rod right here with the striker. A great little kit right here. Again, I bought these even before they became sponsors for the event. In fact, a lot of this stuff, looking around, that I'm going to show you, 90% of it I purchased with my own money. So that's the Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starter. Let's move right along. You know me. If you've been following along, you know I like to cook while I'm camping. So a really good thing, I feel, to get your ADV rider. Well, I guess if they like cooking. If they prefer boil in the bag meals, then you don't really need that. You don't really need this. But I've been really impressed with this GSI Outdoors kitchen kit, cooking kit, cutting kit. So what we got inside is a cutting board, and it comes with 3 knives. These knives stay sharp forever. I haven't sharpened them yet, and this kit is 4 years old now, I think, and a cutting board, and then I've got my jet boil utensils in here, and this is a custom-made hot dog stick. Thanks, Jay. But yeah, this is a great little kit. Santoku knife set by GSI Outdoors. Again, all of these items are pretty much 99% always carried on the bike when I'm doing my, well, no, 100% always carried on the bike when I'm doing my moto camping and moto adventures. I always have this stuff on. One thing that I've been really, really, really impressed with is the next item I'm going to show you, and that's the Flex Tail. This Flex Tail mini pump is like crazy good, amazing. And it has a light down here. How do I do the light? Like that. So there's the light, and then the fan. Woo! All right. I got that. I picked this up at the beginning of this year, and I've been using it ever since. I don't use it as a light so much. I have other light sources. It is nice to have that. But what I do use it for is to inflate my sleeping pad and my pillow. I also have an air tent, the Modus by Crua. It involves blown up supports, if you will, and an air mattress. And I've used that for this. That's my cold weather camping, because it actually is like a little cocoon. This here, I charged at the beginning of this year, and I haven't charged it yet. And I have inflated and deflated my sleeping pad alone 35 times this year, I believe, and it's still charging. Next, what have we got? Let's go. These are handy. If you're stuck for something to buy for your adventure rider, get them some extra tent pegs. You always, always, always need extra tent pegs. I'm sure all of us tenters have lost a peg or two during your travels, or even broken one. I carry an extra, I think, 10 or 15 of these because I do carry that second fly as well. And they come really handy to tie down the guy lines for the second fly. So, and inexpensive. Another great gift idea for your ADV riders in your life, or even yourself, are a Sea to Summit Airlight towel. Look how small this thing is. It's in the palm of my hand. Teeny, teeny, weeny. This is I carry two of these. I have one that's slightly bigger than this. This one is, the absorption is crazy good. You dry off super, super quick. It itself dries off super, super quick. It's crazy. Look, it's still coming. It's still coming. So plenty big to dry you off, dry your face off, dry your clothes off, whatever you happen to be needing to dry. Then you hang this thing up, and it itself is dry in a matter of minutes, maybe 15 minutes, depending on the wind. If it's a slight breeze out, it'll dry off like that. Another thing that I've been carrying around, coffee. Everybody loves a great cup of coffee. And what I've come across in recent years, we had a couple of Italian students, exchange students, stay with us. And the first one brought me my very first mocha pot. Look how cute this thing is. It's a teeny little thing. Fits right into your panniers, no problem. Can go right in my tank bag if I want. Man, it makes a great cup of espresso. So no longer do you have to sit around the campfire and have 4 or 5 cups of coffee to get going, to get that buzz. You can have 1 or 2 of these and you are done. You are flying for the day. I've since upgraded to this one. Our second international student brought me this one, which is basically a 2-cupper. So this is a 1-shot espresso, and this is a 2-cup espresso, and really, really tasty. I checked these things out online, and you can get even larger ones, which would give you 3 or 4 cups of coffee in the morning for less than a lot of those other things that you're seeing. And they take up the same amount of room. And it's basically percolated coffee. It's great. And you get to choose your bean, which you would have to do with the other ones. There's no batteries to charge. You've already got your camp stove there, so you fire it in the camp stoves. You already need the water, just like the other ones. Heat it up and go. Away you go. Great stuff. One of my always carries is a portable table. I never used to, but now that I do, I really am appreciative that I have it. This thing folds down pretty small, as you can see, and gives you a really decent sized cooking space, prep space, whatever you need. So I can put the jet boil on here and my cooking stove, whatever I need, and have the room to cook and prep and eat. And it's just nice to be able to sit down in your chair, have a table in front of you, and do all of your prep work and cooking right there, rather than bending over that much further to the ground. And speaking of chair, if you guys have been watching for a while, you know I'm a fan of the Click Products Click Chair. This is my second one. They did send this one to me as a replacement for my first one. I got on their Kickstarter program way back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago now. Gosh, maybe even 6. And I bought one of their prototypes, one of the very, very, very first ones. And I just sent them a very nice letter saying how much I love their products, and asked them if they'd like to sponsor Get Lost Find Yourself, the event, by having one of these as a raffle prize. And I mentioned that mine finally died, and they said, oh, well, we can't have that. We'll send one out for you and one out as a raffle prize for your event. So thank you, Click Products. This chair is awesome, and it's not very big. It's not that heavy, but what's really nice is the deployment. Boom. This is going to be kind of hard because I am sitting down. But there you go. I'm ready to sit down by the fire. None of this putting poles and unfolding and assembling. I'm ready to go. And then when you're done, again, this would be easier if I was standing and not crammed into an office. And then when you're done, boom, you're done like that. It comes with a little carrying bag. I typically don't use the carrying bag. I just use the Velcro strap, wrap it around, and fire it in the panniers. Away you go. What else would be a great gift for the adventure rider in your life? Well, one thing that I've found very, very helpful is battery banks. So what I'll do on the motorcycle is, as I'm riding, I'll have one of these. This is an Amazon special again. What I'll do is I'll have this plugged into the USB port of the motorcycle while I'm riding. I used to come down and split off into a whole bunch of USBs and charge my cameras and my drone and everything all at the same time. What I do now is I just charge the one battery bank during the day. It's less draw off the motorcycle. Instead of taking all that wattage and splitting it among multiple devices, you're dedicating it just to one charge item. So it charges faster. And then at night, I will just plug all my devices. So this has multiple ports. So you need one with multiple ports. And I will plug all my devices into here, charge them while I sleep, and you're good to go the next morning. All right, while we're on the topic of electronics and things of that nature, another little thing that I will take when I am solo moto camping and moto adventuring, not necessarily with a group because you always have someone to talk to, but when I'm solo, I will take a small speaker device. This one here is Beats. No, Skull Candy. I think that's the logo for Skull Candy. Again, an Amazon find. A lot of times it's really great to listen to that river and listen to the wind blow through the trees. Sometimes you just need a little bit of something else, like an audiobook or maybe your favorite couple of tunes. And what I'll do is I'll just clip this onto my belt loop and I'll have it just to the point where I can hear it. I'm not the type to go to a camp and just blare the tunes and think that everybody loves my whatever it is I happen to be listening to. So I just do it just enough so I can hear it. And, you know, because there are times when you're solo moto camping that it gets a little bit boring. So these are really, really handy to have. Very small too, fits in the palm of my hand. Like I said, you plug it into the battery bank here and charge her up while you're sleeping, and you don't even have to worry about it. So another great little gift idea right there. And everyone else that does listen to music while they're camping, please be respectful of others. I've gone to so many campgrounds and the tunes are just blaring, and I love music, but I don't love your music. This one, the Bouge RV, is a camp light. They approached me and sent me out one to test. The very first one, the testing didn't go so well. I'll be 100% honest with you. The testing didn't go so well. It made its first initial charge and then refused to charge after that. So I contacted them right away before I did a review video and just let them know. It telescopes. Whoa! It telescopes. It has 3 heads. The lights are adjustable, spinnable, movable. So you could go like that, and then collapse it again. And you could have it just lit up like that. It also has telescoping feet on them, and just works really well. Is it going to work again? Oh, I got to turn it on. See, I'm doing it again. Turn on. It might be dead. Oh, no, it's not dead. So we got 1, 2, 3. Super bright. And I'm surprised that it's still charged. because like I said, I used this all weekend at Gliffy, and it lit up the raffle tent area really, really well. And as you can see, you just light it up, adjust those arms, and you're going to get a wide area lit up at night. Okay, let's turn that off. It's blinding me. Oh, and then off. There we go. Oh, and there's color. You can change the color on it too. So you can go to a white light or an amber light. And this one here says, wow, after using it all weekend, so Thursday through Saturday up at Gliffy this year, and we're now November. That was in September. It's just been sitting on the shelf. I'm at 4 bars still 4 bars. And again, this will reverse charge. So you can charge this up fully, and then you can plug your phone into here and use it as a battery bank as well. Multi-use items. I've been impressed with it now. And again, it's pretty small and pretty light. This will slide right in the panniers, no problem. Another thing that was just sent out to me, I didn't purchase these, but they were sent out by a company, came across my channel and thought we'd be a good fit, are these merino wool socks by Highwell. I have a pair of the other guys, the Darn Tough socks, and I bought those just because of all the hype that you were hearing about them. I'm like, they can't be that great. They're just socks. I come from the world of going to Costco and buying the Costco bag of socks and just blowing through those until they're done and grabbing another one. Well, I got the Darn Tough. They're all right. The biggest thing about the Darn Tough is you really only need one pair when you go on a 7-day moto camp adventure, because it takes about 7 days before they get really stinky. And even at that point, they only just start to smell like dirty feet, stinky feet. So, was I going to buy another pair of Darn Tough? No. I had a pair. I had, tasted the Kool-Aid. I had jumped in the deep end and gotten a pair. They're all right. They're great. They are tough. They are lasting. They are going through the abuse that I put my feet through. And I don't want this to sound like a commercial. I just want to be completely honest with you guys. Since getting these ones from Highwell, honestly, guys, these guys are blowing Darn Tough out of the water. Okay, that's just my own personal 100% unbiased opinion. These things, it's funny. It's kind of like when I put suspension on Lucy. I never really knew what I was missing until I had it. These things, the moment I put my very first pair on, my feet were like, wow. And again, these ones don't start to really have an odor until about the 7th day. I did a 7-day test with one pair, wearing constantly in my shoes, around the house, at work, everywhere. I wore them every day for 7 days. On the 7th day, you could notice a slight odor. But the biggest thing about these things is the comfort. These things feel like the Cadillac of socks and make Darn Tough feel like the Pinto of socks. It's just, it's crazy. It really is. So enough with that commercial. Another great gift idea for the ADV rider in your life. Camping, water is important. So I will always carry a water filtration device, such as this Life Straw, and you can pick these up on Amazon. There's a bunch of different brands you can choose from for sure. I'm not brand specific when it comes to this. A great idea to see if you can find one that will click into your own hydration pack, whatever you may be wearing, Camel Pack, USWE Pack, whatever, because then you can take, lake water, river water, and put that in your backpack and drink. Away you go. Another thing to remember is once this has been used, you've got any moisture in there at all, do not let it freeze. Once it freezes, it will break, it will crack, and then it becomes no good. So don't let them freeze. Speaking of fluids and water, one of the best, and I'm not trying to be biased because of my relationship with Giant Loop, but one of the best water carrying devices I have ever used in all my time of camping, not just moto camping, are the cactus canteens. This is the 1 liter and this is the 2 liter. These things are indestructible, absolutely indestructible. They've got tons of moly. You can put them anywhere on the bike. They take a ton of abuse. The big wide spout for filling, nice and easy to fill, easy to pour. You can clip and hang it onto trees, onto whatever. They also have the sip straw at the bottom. And this is the end that will clip off and accept that life straw if I wanted. Just excellent, excellent, excellent piece of kit. You can always find these things. They go on sale every now and again. I do have a discount code for these, but yeah, these are great. I have the 1 liter, or sorry, the 1 gallon and the 2 gallon that I'll use on moto travels. I also have the 4 gallon that I use for the family camp trips. It's perfect. Another great thing, these were gifts, and I'm very, very, very appreciative of these gifts. So that's why I'm including them in this list, because we are talking about gifts, are hydro flasks. This one I used this year up at Gliffy. And if you've ever been, you know just how hot the days get in September in the Nimkish Valley. This kept my water cool all day long. And yeah, it was very, very appreciative. This one is great. I take this on my travels. Please drink responsibly. But this one will keep a beer completely cold by the time you get to the top of the mountain. So you can have a nice, cold, refreshing, fizzy beer when you get up to the top of a mountain. Good quality beverage containers, important. And these hydro flasks are probably some of the best on the market. A little bit spendy compared to some of the other cheaper ones you can get. However, it's a case of you do get what you pay for. I am a fan of those. And big shout out to the Christensen family. Thank you for those gifts. Really, really appreciate it. Another great one, of course, is the Motocamp Nerd Flask. No true adventure would be an adventure without one of these. No, these are great. These are awesome. You don't have to carry whiskey in them. You could put wine in them if you're a wine drinker. You could just put water in them if you're a water drinker. The nice thing about these is they're 9 ounces. Most of them that I've found are 8 ounces. So you get an extra ounce of water. And if you do happen to just use it as water, it's still not huge. You could slide this in the back of your pocket, in the back pocket or a leg pocket, and know that you've got a little bit of water on reserve. So great, great, great piece of kit right there. Now for winter, cold weather adventuring, I'm a big fan of hippo hands. So these are the ones that I have for Lucy, and these are the ones that I now use on the Ibex. These things are a complete game changer when it is cold outside. You put these things on and your hands are nice and warm. It cuts down the cold wind and just really, really, really helps. So hippo hands, great gift idea right there. What else? Oh, I forgot about one thing. This, back to Bigfoot Bushcraft. We were talking about their fire starters. This is a piece of kit that I really, really, really like. This one here, and this is called the Solo Burner Stove. And that's exactly what it is. It's a camp stove, wood-fired stove. So you do like a twig stove, but you can put, you know, slightly bigger twigs than you would in the other guy's small pocket stoves. So quickly assemble this. There you go. There's your fire base right there. You can see I've been using it. One thing that I wouldn't say the one thing, because there's many things I like about this. The main thing I would say that I like about this is the safety that you get from it. And what I mean by that is it clips into its base right here. So when you're wild camping off in the backcountry there, and you want to have a fire, what's going to happen is you can have a fire in here, and all of the ash and any embers are going to fall through here, hit here, you can then clean up, dispose of how you need to, and make it look like you were never ever there. So it really is a leave no trace style of having a campfire around camp. This is it here. And then the grill is here, and it simply flips around and just sits on the top. Sits on the top like so. Then you have this here. I've cooked chicken on here, burgers, sausages, all kinds of stuff. This thing's great. There's a bit of a fire ban on. You can put some briquettes in there and enjoy a nice barbecue while you're out in the bush as well, out in the back country. But this is a great piece of kit. I don't cook off it all of the time, but I do have it with me all the time. And it's not very heavy. It's just one of those nice things to have. So I think I've hit just about everything. I'm hoping this video is somewhat helpful. There is one more thing I guess I could talk about. I always feel awkward when I do the self-promotion, but you could, for, you know, some fun gift ideas, you could check out crittermoto.com for some swag, or getlostfindyourself.com, gliffy.org for some swag. We have some mugs, some event mugs, and we have t-shirts on both sites, and we have hoodies, we have keychains, we have stickers, all kinds of stuff. You could always check that out and pick something out there. And if there's a design that you like and it's not on something that you want, say a jacket or whatever, you can always email me and I will do my best to make that happen for you. Well, all right, gang. I guess that's it for today's video. I'll try and make it as smooth and as fluid as possible in the edit. Please forgive me. Typically, I don't script things. I just kind of verbal diarrhea all over the place. But thanks for hanging out with me. Before you click away, I just want to remind you of something important. So the holiday season can be a tough time for a lot of people, myself included. So I just want you to know, if you're struggling, please know you're not alone. Find someone to talk to. There is help out there. You can go to headsupguys.com. You can always drop me an email. Find someone to talk to, just to open up. Talking is so important. Reaching out is so important. Know that you matter. You are someone's everything. I just wanted to say that. I know that the holidays can be tough, and I just want you all to know that if you are struggling, that there is help out there. So many resources. BetterHelp, Heads Up Guys, 988 is the suicide prevention hotline. Your closest friends. Just don't be afraid to open up. They're there to listen. On that note, I want y'all to stay safe, look out for each other, and whatever it is that you celebrate this year, I wish you and your loved ones the absolute very best. That's it. So until next time, let's get out there and ride.